Hey Virgo, I'm Eleanor and welcome to your second week of February pick a card reading. Thank you to all my new subscribers, and if you as well would like to keep up with the story as it unfolds week by week, hit that subscribe button. Anytime during the reading, if you feel like you hear something that's going to help you or you feel it's of service to you or it resonates, hit that like button please. And also, we are talking about your monthly energy, which is the Nine of Swords, anxiety and worry and being up in your head telling stories. And this week is about clarity. So we're talking about discerning between fear and intuition and how you can get clarity, because this is fog, this is where things get to be more sense. So the links to where these came out, those videos are below, as well as how to get a personal reading with me. I'm using, what is this? Enchanted Map Oracle and Raven's Prophecy Tarot. I have stack 1, stack 2, and stack 3, and they're timestamped below, so you can skip right to the one you feel like is meant for you. All right, Virgo, stack 1, you have Queen of Swords, Temperance, and Peaks of Joy. So, Virgo, I'm drawn to how we're talking about clarity, and we have the Queen of Swords coming up. So the Queen of Swords does not tend to get up into this Nine of Swords energy of anxiety and worry, because she stays firmly rooted in reality and what is true, and doesn't start to spin stories of worry around filling in the blanks with what isn't true. So it is with that sense of logic and rationality that you gain and harness this clarity and not get all wrapped up in fear. And so using this sword of logic and reason and rationality, using the evidence that you have, the concrete evidence, and not using imagined or envisioned fill in the blank type evidence, you're able to find temperance. Temperance to me is the middle road, as Buddhists would call it. It's the middle path. It's not where this anxiety can be this black and white thinking. It has to be this way or it has to be that way. I don't like that option and I don't like that option, and both of those worry me. It's like, where can you find the gray area that goes between them, that balances everything out so that you can move forward? And the place that this leads, this Peaks of Joy, to me speaks on enlightenment. And enlightenment is total acceptance of things as they are. So it's not a place of perfection. It doesn't lead you into a place of all light without dark. It's a perfect balance. It's the perfect perfection, the way Zen means perfection. That things are perfect as they are, and not bending to your idea and your painting of exactly what perfect is, but the way things are as they are right now are perfect. And so it's finding that middle road towards that enlightenment and realizing that, using the power of discernment and logic, and not adding things that aren't real and fear into that. All right, stack 2, you have King of Coins, 3 of Coins, Field of Dreams. So where you are going to need to turn your attention, Virgo, this week to get out of this mindset and to find this clarity is going to be about getting your hands dirty and tapping into the skills and the talents that you have, and realizing that they were not given to you randomly, and they are not incidental, but they were meant to be shared, and they are meant to be part of your path. And so first off, I want to say, comment below and tell me what those special skills are that you have, and go ahead and brag about them while you're at it. But there's going to be a need here to come down up out of your head and getting worrisome and get your hands dirty and be active. That thought cycles are unproductive, and the way that getting busy on the things that matter to you, getting busy on the things that you're good at, puts you back into control, makes you feel like you are doing something, and that the thing that you're trying to, the expectations that you're trying to meet, that's what I want to say. It feels as though this worry is trying to meet the expectations of others and trying to get an idea of how others want you to show up and how can you best get into other people's minds so that you can have this certain kind of success. And so it's trying to draw you into not trying to figure out what other people expect and what other people are going to need and how you can change yourself into what other people want, but how to be thoroughly and totally and deeply involved in what you already are and what you already care about and are already good at, and to just dive into that wholly and deeply out of this space. So dive out of this headspace into that physical space where you are acting and using and honing your skills, and that's where your energy is going to best serve you at this time. Take action, not worry. Third stack, you have 4 of coins, 8 of wands, and home. So this 8 of wands suggests things moving very fast. It feels a little bit tornadic. It feels like things speeding up in a way that you weren't expecting, in a way that's uprooting you a little bit and kind of knocking you off kilter and kind of throwing you up into this anxious energy. And the way that when things are shaking and the way things are moving very fast, it's hard to see clearly, because like when the world is speeding by, it becomes a blur. And so how can you get this clarity back from that? Because I feel like what that's resulting in is this 4 of coins energy, which is going to be holding on to material comforts, trying to hold on to things that feel solid and give you a sense of being anchored and safety. And so I want to talk, that brings us home to this card, speaking on the way that you can create an eye of the storm for yourself, and how you can find that these comforts, that these material things on the outside, and trying to find that external security isn't going to work, because everything outside is moving. Everything outside is going fast. And so if you try to hold on to those things, they're going to move just like everything else, and that's not going to be where your security comes from. And that there's going to be a need to find that and to create that inwardly. And so how can you create a sense of stillness and home, being home within yourself? So there's an eye of the storm. While everything is going to be moving around you and moving crazy, that you find that rock and that stillness in and of yourself. Because trying to find it externally, those are things that you can't control. It's that inward, inside thing, inside space, that home that you create within. And that, yeah, that's it. That's what I want to say. All right, Virgo, thank you. Talk to you next week.